Welcome back. People, pets, pipes, and plants. Those are the 4 Ps that we always emphasize when we talk about the things that we need to prepare before we have extreme temperatures.
Yeah, tonight we're going to focus on plants. You don't want them to die when we get freezing temperatures. Joining us live to give us advice, an expert, David Rodriguez, a horticulturist with Bexar Country AgriLife. David, thank you for joining us. There are a lot of people out there who just don't know what to do, and so they either cover too much or too few. I mean, let's start with general advice for people. Which plants do they need to bring inside, and which plants might be okay in freezing temperatures?
All right. Well, good evening. Well, when in doubt, cover and protect to your best ability. It's better to go over than under. Tomorrow is an opportunity to really get moving on this because the sun's going to be coming out, and by late Saturday evening or Sunday or Monday, you probably don't want to be outside. So container plants are a priority. A lot of times we grow a lot of very tender or seasonal or tropical or subtropical plants in containers. So hopefully you've made some room inside your house, in the garage, or some people are fortunate to have a greenhouse or overwintering structure. Give them a good drink if they're a little bit dry. And if some of these container plants are just so heavy to move, try to tighten them up, can tight, away from the cold northern winds. That's where it really desiccates and dries out a lot of these plants. Get some insulate or any winter protection type covers or blankets. You don't want to take the bedspread off your bed, but get appropriate covering. A lot of these plants, either in the ground or tender plants in the ground or in containers, as long as we insulate the main root system and the crown, even if we lose or get some of the top nipped on it, hopefully it'll bounce back in the springtime. Watering is very important. If you haven't really irrigated what needs it, we've had a little bit good spread out rainfall this winter and fall, but moisture in the soil helps. Mulching with a good double shredded hardwood mulch, and even up on the base or crown with if you've raked up leaves, mulch, anything to insulate that crown, the top, let the top get nipped but we want to protect the crown of a lot of these real tender type plants.
Yeah, good advice.
David, just to follow up on one of those questions, I'm just curious. So a lot of people here do have those subtropical plants. What are the most common plants that you see that people have that don't fare well whenever temperatures dip?
Definitely. Tropical hibiscus, bougainvilleas, all those real beautiful summer color, tender type perennials, isoras, and all those. You see them around like a lot of swimming pools and patios. They're just very, very cold sensitive. Now, we have a lot of great summer colored Texas superstar plants that we plant in the landscape, which are perennials like firebush, esperanza, plumbago, lantana, and all those. And that's fine if they freeze back, because normally we cut a lot of those salvias and those types of plants back around mid-February, March. It could be 6-inch sticks down to the crown of the plant, but they will respond back with new spring growth once the soil temperatures warm up.
How about something that's been just planted or was planted just a few months ago, like a bush or something that's right along your house that you're maybe concerned about? Should you cover those?
Yeah, most of these appropriate tested time trees, shrubs, evergreens, hardy perennials, as long as they're properly irrigated and mulched, even if some of the top gets compromised, especially the perennials, for the amount of temperatures that we'll be receiving, they all should be fine.
Which ones can get covered with blankets and which ones definitely need the tarp?
Yeah, when in doubt, cover what you can. If it was a fall planted perennial or color type plant, I would just go ahead and be on the safe side by watering it, mulching it, covering it. The challenge that we often have with these cold events is, we can wake up in the morning on days that the heater's on, and by 2 p.m. the same day, the air conditioning's on. That's where we live. So we don't want to keep a lot of these, particularly container plants, inside the house or garage more than 3 to 7 days, because we want to kind of move them out. And, I know everyone made their New Year's resolution by gardening more and exercising more. So you'll get your gardening experience early this year and get some exercise moving these plants in and out.
Yeah. Exactly. Two birds with one stone. David Rodriguez, I appreciate your stopping by to help us, and a horticulturist with the Bexar Country AgriLife. Thanks, David.
Have a great weekend. Thank you. Keep up to date with all of San Antonio's top news, weather, and so much more by clicking the like and subscribe buttons below. And once again, thanks for watching KSAT.